Good afternoon or morning. I'm absent today. Hello. So making this video from my house. I'm not feeling too well, but we're going to learn about dilations not at the origin. So yesterday you learned them about the origin, and now we're going to do it at about a point. So I wrote down some nice steps for us. So step one, you have to plot the new center. And so here is our new center. 0 and then 1, 2, 3. So here is the center of our dilation, okay? Then what you're going to do is find the rise over run to get from the center to each point. So we're going to break it down. So the dilation is a scale factor of a fourth. So I'm going to be dividing something by a 4 or multiplying it by 1/4. So you're going to count how far A was away. Luckily, A is in a nice vertical line, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So it's 4 up. So then you're going to use this scale factor, and so I'm going to divide it by 4 and multiply it by a fourth. So instead of going 4 up, I'm now going to go 1 up. So I'm going to start at my center always, and then go in that direction 1 up. So there is my new A prime. Okay, so instead of going 4 up from the center, I just went 1 up from the center because a fourth of 4 is 1. Okay, if it's in a nice vertical line, it's not too bad. Same thing for B. B is in a nice horizontal line, so B was 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right from our center. Just going to put right. So a fourth of a 4 again is 1, so I'm just going to go 1 to the right. So I'm going to start at my center always, and then I'm going to go 1 to the right in the same direction. And that is my B prime. Now, it is a little trickier when you have a point in 2 directions away. So first, you're going to start at your center again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So I'm going to say 4 down. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Okay, so I'm going to take this slope and multiply it by my scale factor. So a fourth of 4 again is 1. So instead of going down 4 and right 4, I'm going to go down 1, and then I'm going to go right 1. Okay, so from your center, go down 1, right 1, and here is your C prime. Okay, so then if you connect, lovely triangle, you can see that it was dilated and it got smaller towards the direction of this center. So the center is kind of like a black hole. It's sucking in that triangle. All right, so that's how you dilate something not about the origin. Okay, so let's look at, that was an example of when your scale factor is a fraction, smaller than 1. Let's look at a scale factor larger than 1. So, example 2. My center is 0, 3 again, so I'm first going to graph that. So 0 and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now step 2, find the rise over run to get to each point. So I'm going to do B. So B was 1, 2 away, so it was 2 to the left. I'm going to take that and multiply it by my scale factor of 3. So times it by 3, so I'm going to get 6 to the left. So I'm going to start at my point of center and go 6 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's your B prime. Okay, same thing for A. A is also 2 away, but it's 2 down. So I'm going to multiply 2 down by 3 to get 6. So I'm going to start at my center and go 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A prime. Okay, so now C is a little bit trickier because it has a vertical and a horizontal distance away. So it doesn't really matter which way you count first. I'm going to go 2 to the left and 1 down. So it's 2 to the left and it's 1 down. So I'm going to multiply that by 3 to get 6 to the left, and then 1 times 3 is 3, 3 down. So I'm going to start at my center again and go 6 to the left, so it'll be in line with B, and then it will go 1, 2, 3 down. C Okay, so then, oh, this is going to be fun. Woo! Okay, that's hard to do on a computer at home. All right, so there is my terrible triangle that was dilated, okay? So it makes sense because this unit had a length of a 1, this unit had a length of a 3, so that makes sense that the length was multiplied by a 3. Okay, same thing over here. This length was 4 units long, so it made sense that this was 1 unit long because it was a fourth of it. Okay, so that is how you dilate something about the center. I'm going to show you something else that happens. Another cool thing, I'm going to try and do this in a cool color. Okay, if I line up my points with a line, which you can do this with a sheet of paper. Why is this not working? Okay. This is still not working. Okay. To draw a line through your endpoints, so like B prime and B, it'll connect to the center. Same thing for C, and same thing for A. So they all lead back to the black hole that is the center. Okay. The same thing also works on the first one we did. If you draw a line connecting them, connecting your endpoints, and connecting your endpoints, they will all lead back to the center. Okay? All right. So I want you guys to try example 3 and example 4. So dilate it about the center with the scale factor, and then I'll show you the answers, and then we'll talk about them. So press pause and try 3 and 4 on your own. Okay, so here are the answers. So first plot your center, and then I counted how far B away. B was 6 away, so I took half of 6 to get 3. So started at the center and went 3 to the left. A was down 6 and to the left 2, so half of that would be down 3 to the left 1. And then I did a little shortcut for C. I noticed that B and C were in the same line, and this distance was 1, 2, 3, 4. So half of 4 is 2, so I went 2 down from B. Kind of a shortcut. Okay, again, you can line up your points to make sure they all go back to the center, which they do. Okay, 4 was probably a little bit trickier because there were no horizontal or vertical points. So C was 1 to the left and 1 down. So I went 2 to the left and 2 down, multiplied by 2. I think I did B next. B was 1, 2, 3 to the left and 3 down. So 3 times 2 is 6, so 6 to the left and 6 down. And then A was 2 down, 1 left, so 4 down, 2 left. Okay, again, from A to C, they've got to be in the same line. That unit was 1, that unit is 2, it makes sense, etc. Okay, and same thing, if you were to line up B points and C points, they all lead back to that center. And same thing for A, they all lead back to the center. Okay, all right, let me know if you have any questions on that. Now we're going to look at an actual answer and find the center. Okay, so how you do that is like I showed you before, we're going to line up all the coordinates and see where it points to. So I lined up my A's, your C's, your B's, it all leads to this point. So first off, if I look at the bottom and I were to line up that point and that point, my center either has to be C or D based off this line. Okay. Now if you look at this point and this point, notice that's going to end up back at D. Terrible. And then if I look here, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so if you look at the middle ones, it looks like it could be B or D. If you look at the bottom ones, it looks like it'd be C or D. But if you look at this top left part of it, it has to be D. Center is D. All of the points lead back to D. Okay, so you can use your pencil to do this, calculator, sheet of paper, etc. Let's try another one. Okay, here's another line. I lined up those endpoints. Currently we're pointing to A, which is good. Line up these endpoints pointing to A. Line up these endpoints, also points to A. So A has to be our center of dilation. Okay. All right, y'all try the bottom two on your own, and then we'll be done. All right, so you should have gotten A and A for the bottom one. That's where all the points line up to. Okay. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can get to practicing. So you've got these lovely IXLs, as well as there's a paper worksheet on what we just learned about. The sub has it, so you can get up and go ask the sub for that. But otherwise, good luck practicing. Let me know if you need anything. Bye.